Hey y'all, welcome to another conversation straight out the group chat. As you already know, I am the host, SRD Shay Shalonda, whatever you want to call me, that's my name. Make sure y'all comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel. We are live on YouTube and Facebook every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure y'all tell a friend and tell a friend again, because we outside. So tonight, hey Miss Adra. I hope you had a great day. Andy.
Yeah,
Hey.
and
Um,
it,
so tonight we are having a more of I guess, a heavier conversation. Um, Kind of been leading up to this point all week, but I think the one thing that really touched me was that Will Smith clip from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If y'all didn't see it, he pretty much was questioning why his dad didn't want him. So that's pretty much what we're discussing. Again, I want to preface this by we're not here to offend anybody. We're just sharing our truth. Um, that's it. So again, um, drop down in the comments, share your experience with us, and we get right into it. Do y'all hear echo?
no,
I hear a small one. Are you on Facebook too?
I am not on face. Well, I am. I'm on both. I
Okay.
think Tisha, see if you mute your phone. Let's see.
mute my phone.
Like, see if you can mute your I'm sorry, mute your microphone really quick. Let's see. Can you hear it now, Chelsea? Okay. Yeah, so unmuted Tisha. I think if all of us are not talking, I think it's a feedback from mine. I think it's coming out your phone. I don't know why I do that.
Oh no. Is there anything I can do? Let me see.
No, it's
Oh,
fine. It's
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, so our first talking point that we have, and either one, y'all can go first or second, however y'all want to do it. Hey Demetria in here.
Hey.
Um, how has your father's absence affected your view on family? And either one of y'all could go first. It doesn't matter.
Um, the first thing that comes to mind is just how detrimental and important the relationship is, and how the presence needs to be felt, and they need to be there. And I just feel like, um, for me personally, I can't speak for anyone else, but I don't want to continue that cycle. I want to do right by my children, and I want to pick a good dad for them. I want to bring them up in a home where they have good examples and set examples right there. So I guess that's my piece for that.
What about you, Chelsea?
I will agree. Same with me. Just going back of just knowing what I don't want my family to look like, and just doing what I can to make sure that it's not a cycle. I can be that generational curse thing or cycle breaker for my kids. Because growing up without two parents, not necessarily a two-parent home, but both parents in your life, it's a different world. I just want to make sure my kids don't have to experience that.
I think for me, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I think it's gonna be a lifelong thing for me. Um to deal with that level of rejection at such a young age and that trauma. I don't think I'll ever be able to, I guess, what they say, heal from it. I think I deal with it better, but I don't think I'll ever heal from it just because I dealt with rejection for so long. And then you question, I was questioning my self-worth, like, if my own daddy don't, or if in my perspective or in my perception, if my own dad doesn't show that he wants me, then who else will, type deal.
Hmm.
And honestly and truthfully, it has impacted my relationship with men, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Just because ooh, I could go deep on this, but I'm gonna just keep it high level for right now. it he was my first heartbreak.
Mm.
He was my first heartbreak. Um, and it just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair, and that's why I am much like y'all. I am very particular on who I decide to have children with. Thank you, Miss Adrian. Who I decide to create life with, because it's serious, and I would never take it lightly. And it's not disrespect to nobody. I wouldn't disrespect him on no platform, but this is my truth, and I'm just telling my story for myself and for whoever it resonates with. So
I think what saves our relationship and still gives me a little hope is because he spent the better part of my life in prison. And there were a few times where, like, I know he knew where I stayed or like something like that, where he could have, done more, come by or something like that. But I think that's what saves it and get helps me to give a little grace, because if he would have been in town the whole time, like every day or just around, more accessible, and or if he would have gone on to have a family or a wife, I don't know what that would have done to me. I was already suffering with feeling like, a bit abandoned at home, or feeling abandoned, or seeking. I already didn't have a lot of male family, platonic or, romantic male relationships anyway. So I think I was always seeking that too. So maybe I would not have looked for that male attention that I needed from, or maybe I still would have looked in the wrong places. But maybe I would have known to have some discernment in these streets or something. So.
I think to that point, Tisha, I'm gonna just say this: men, fathers are their daughters' first encounter with a man. So if you have a absent father or a father that chose to not be around you, that sets the tone for pretty much the rest of your life. No, I have an older brother. Um, but I just always wonder, like, it was always, how come he don't want me? How come you
Mhm.
don't want me? And even, like I said, I'm 33 now. I don't think I would ever get to a space of where I'm just totally over this or I'm done dealing with it. It's always going to be in the back of my mind. I think that's why I dealt with not having boundaries, because I was too busy trying to be a people pleaser, and I was trying to overcompensate for one of my primary relationships that was broken from way whenever I could remember. So
Mhm.
I think that's, like I said, it plays a part in who I am as a woman. Even now to this day, dealing with different trust issues and, yeah, therapy and going through those things. But it's just a lot. I have a lot of questions still now to this day again. Um, just why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Why?
then, okay, so I guess I have to follow the timeline for me. It
Hmm.
started out thinking like he was going to be some savior or something when he came home, like, or even the few letters or calls that I did get, I guess it wasn't registering.
Hmm.
So like it really hit once I got grown, and then he was home and all the not even things, because financially my dad is there. He is. I'll give him that.
Hmm.
But like as far as like relationship, the way I call my mom, like, or family
Hmm.
members, and I can, you know, or just sometimes I find myself like thinking like what his opinion would be, or
Yeah.
and oh, gosh, I just wish I could better express myself to him, because sometimes I know I can come off mean
Hmm.
and like, or more reserved, but it's just like I need more at the end of the day. I really do. And I don't even know how to like really address that, but like it'd have to be more. Just I can't require every other man or the man that's going to enter my life to have to live by this certain standard for me, and then I'll let you come and go and answer and call back or whatever when as you please. I can't do that. That's not fair to me or whoever else is next in line to be that man in my life. You know.
Right. That's true. So what emotion? I'm gonna go with you, Chelsea. What emotions come up when you think about your father?
If I'm being honest, I think every emotion in the book comes up. From being upset, mad, angry, hurt, disappointed, um, love to forgiveness to many chances. I just think every emotion comes up for me because I have tried so many times throughout the 33 years, even till recently.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I say, "Oh, I'm not gonna do it no more," or I, unfortunately, I will go on a maybe a blocking spree or just go without speaking or reaching out because how our relationship is, if I don't reach out, we don't talk
Mm.
unless there's something heard about or something. Then it's like, oh, why didn't you tell me this? But if I do not reach out to my father, we do not communicate. And it's like recently we had a conversation about that, and it kind of bothered me because it was more so of he didn't see the problem with me just reaching out. But
Mm.
like, you're my father. And me and my mom have a relationship like no other. Like, she can know when something's not right with me. She's gonna call. I don't have that with my dad. Why can't she know when something's not right and give me a
Right.
call? Um, so that's no excuse of you being my parent. Because honestly, I didn't ask to be here. So the fact that I am here, um, I would love for you to be a parent. And at this moment, for probably the past 15 years, my want for a relationship hasn't been for money, hasn't been for you doing for me, because
Mm.
it's going to happen for me regardless, either
Come
myself or.
on.
So my want has always been just a relationship. Call me, reach out to me. I want to be the one. If something happened, I can just call you and cry or be like, "Hey, I need a hug," or "Dad, what do you think about this?" Whatever the case may be, I cannot do that. You know,
Yeah.
so it's just, I think every emotion just come up with
Yeah.
that name. And honestly, it may depend on the moment or the mood or the reason why he was
Mm.
brought up. That can vary as well.
Yeah. Tisha, what about you? When you think about your dad, what type of emotions come up?
I see two sides to it, really. I don't even know because I'm trying to walk in this graceful adult person, seeing your parents as human and having life and choices too. But then I think about the little me, or
Mm.
then I think about and I get sick, or I think about like I think about my daughter. If I'm gonna have a daughter, like it's unacceptable. It is just, and I know you got to meet people where they are, where they are, and give grace, and that maybe there will be hope. But it stings. That's the word. It stings.
Yeah. My mama said, I commend you three for sharing. I'm sure this is not easy. You have a heavenly father who will never fail you. Um,
I like
Miss
that.
Adria said, will it help you is or if you express the impact he has on your life, sometimes you have to face that giant to uproot that which create those other emotions. That's true.
Yes, like ugh, do you think? Yes, sis. I'm so glad she said
She
something
said,
good.
speak your truth.
S- what do y'all think about our generation? Do you think we're like non-confrontational people? Like, do you think we try to like not walk on eggshells, but try to like, because I don't know if it's something I'm battling with myself and I just am deflecting or something. Because is it giving grace or is it like, are you not speaking up? Are you not taking it there? Like, oh gosh, just, I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
So by nature, by who I am as a woman or as a person, period, I am not confrontational at all. I'm more so passive, so I'll just kind of ignore something. But I know how I feel inside of me. So I'll just try to kind of like block it out. But the older I'm getting, where I'm at now, I am I'm honoring being advocate for myself, so I'm very much so working on valuing self advocacy, because again I believe that was one of my things from before, like, trying to be a people pleaser and making sure everybody else's emotions were good before I was good, and I'm no longer in that space anymore. So I'm definitely in a space of holding people accountable for when I don't feel good, or when I feel uneasy, or when I'm not happy in a moment. I'm working on how to verbalize that without being offensive, which I'm not good with that, but I'm no longer in the space of, if you hurt me, you're gonna know, and then I will choose how I proceed with the relationship from there, specifically with my dad. I have given chance after chance after chance to where I don't um I'm chanced out with that.
Yeah.
Like, and it has to be like, and I've already said this to him, so I'm not breaking any news here. I have said that you have to lead with accountability and honesty in order for us to move forward in a space. If we're not able to do that, then we can't move forward respectfully. And
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. I think I don't know. I'm in a weird limbo, y'all, and it didn't hit me till this live. Because the accountability is there, but is it because there's no real change? Like, I mean, it's like it's tugging, it's there, but it's like I'll get to it. That's what it feels like. I'll make time, but like I really want to live. I hate to be so serious, but I like to live like if I'm gone tomorrow, like how you gonna feel about the way you treated me? Because I know that's how I try to live.
Yeah, and that's understandable. I think it's just based off of who you are, of why you feel like that. So that's definitely understandable. Um, and I learned that the best thing for change or apology is change. So they can apologize to me today, tomorrow, next week, last year. But if I haven't seen change, that apology means nothing for me. It takes me back into my emotions, how I feel. My feelings are not validated because you didn't
Yeah,
change from the apology you provided. So I feel like you're just feeding what I want to hear so we can move on.
it's manipulation.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh, hold on, Tisha. Sorry. What you were saying, Tisha? I'm sorry.
I said, "Oh gosh, that stings when you make it clear like that."
I don't. Again, I don't agree with keep on, like, we're going around this circle, and it's, again, the behavior is not changing, and we grown. I'm 33. I mean, 60, close to 60. So again, what are we what are we doing? And again, everything is with respect. Like, I'm not covering for nobody no more. Like, if you done something to me, you're gonna hear about it. Like, you're going to, again, and I don't think I've ever had an apology. Um, like, acknowledging the behavior towards me or the neglect. Um, no. And sometimes I think, like, maybe I won't never get one.
Hmm.
Maybe I won't never get one. I don't know. I don't know. But I can honestly say that a lot of how I grew up, y'all, And I'm sure that y'all can relate to this, or people in the chat, or whoever can relate to this. Having a absent parent, or a parent that don't want you or neglect you. Like, y'all, I remember I was a little girl and I used to be standing by the door, like, waiting. I'm talking about waiting.
Mm.
I'm like, man, I'm mad at my mama. I'm mad at everybody. Cause why? What y'all do? So as to why he don't want to come around me. And so, like, I remember I used to just be at, and my mama never spoke bad about no, like, nothing. She could have said so much, but she never did. She let us experience them for ourselves.
Mm.
And so the older we got, the more we understood, like, okay, this is a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice. But y'all, I was standing at the door because I remember he's, I'm gonna come get you, I'm gonna come pick you up. And man, mm, I ain't
Mm.
never come.
Never came.
Mm-mm. I ain't
I
never come. And that's why I stand 10 toes on not, I'm not, my child not going through that. I would
can't.
not bring a child into this world that's got to go through that from nobody that don't want to be around them. I don't care, especially somebody that helped create them. No, you're not doing, not mine. You're not doing mine like that.
There's
Go
no
ahead.
way.
No. Mm-mm. No.
Mm. I have one story. It was not multiple times, just one time.
Mm-hmm.
I was, I think I knew he was home from prison. I'm pretty sure. But I was, I had just got. I remember I was. It was recent because I had just got my license or something like limited learner's permit or whatever, and I was
Mm-hmm.
cruising or whatever, and I was turning on my street on Jennings Street, and I seen him, and I was like, oh my gosh, like does he know I live on this street? Like I didn't know, but I think he knew. I'm not sure. I know my dad, so I'm sure he knew. But and I was in the house, and I just kind of like I didn't even really go inside. I kind of like hung out outside because I thought he was gonna, come down the street or something. I don't know, call and he didn't. And then later on, life went on, and then I think it was prom, no homecoming. And you gotta have somebody walk you on the court. And I think he
Mm-hmm.
was out at the time, but I just could not give him the honor. I couldn't. And I let one of my uncles walk or something, and I think it may have been a thing, but I could not have. And I knew, and maybe he is a good person. He is a good person. I can't say that. Maybe not the best dad, but I just couldn't have him shout him out as my dad. And I had maybe been in the room with you 3 or 4 times since. I just couldn't do it.
No.
I just couldn't do it.
No. And don't, and okay, well, I would just say don't feel bad for that, but I would personally, me, because you have to earn the relationship. And here's my thing, y'all. I think when we get to a certain age, the expectation is for, oh, she grown now, she can call me. No. The foundation was never built from when I was a kid. So who I call now, the foundation was laid when I was a child. Respectfully, again. So I mean,
Yeah. And at some point, if I'm giving, it's not mutual or reciprocal, I feel like I'm bothering you sometimes. That's what it makes me feel like at the end of the day. I already have a hard time asking for help or reaching out. Just call and make casual conversation. Sometimes I just feel like I'm bothering people, but like, I should not have to feel like that?
mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is really, I thought I knew some stuff getting on here, but dang, I'm gonna have to journal after this, y'all.
I think so. Chelsea, what you think about that? Like, do you think that? Because I know for me. So, but what do you think? Like, do you think that by your dad not being around, do you think that made your ego that much stronger, or do you think that made you kind of? How do you think that shaped you overall as a woman? And you know how they talk about this whole feminine movement, whatever. Like, do you think that kind of pushed you out of your femininity? What do you think?
it definitely pushed me out
Same.
coming up,
Yeah.
only because I grew up, thankfully I did have my grandfather, um,
Mm-hmm.
my older brother, and my two uncles.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they weren't my father. As much as they did
Mm.
for me, I loved it. I needed it. It was support. But at the end of the day, it wasn't my father. So it was still a struggle knowing my father is in the same city as me my whole life,
Yes.
or maybe 15 minutes away, or no more than 20 minutes away, um, in the past 33 years. Going to school, hearing family members, oh yeah, daddy was at my house yesterday, but he didn't come by mine. He didn't call. He didn't.
Hello.
And I'm just like, so I really grew up with my brother like a tomboy, like
Mm-hmm.
rough, like protecting me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought I was just mean in school. Like I felt like I had to be that strong tomboy girl that
Mm-hmm.
took nothing, because
Mm-hmm.
what am I supposed to do? I'm out here with just my mother
Yeah.
and my family raising me. And I see my mama being a hardworking woman, working all the
Yeah.
time to make sure me and my brother have, because the other half is not doing. So it's like now I feel like I have to be this strong person like my mama was, because my daddy don't want me.
Yeah. Girl, and you know what? I think I still struggle with that like now. Cause much like you, we pretty much had the same story. Like my mama had to take care of me and my brother. My brother taught me how to be a little boy, pretty much. You got to be tough. So it's like, yeah, so it did, and I had older cousins. I had a lot of older guy cousins, and it's just shaped me to be like, I got to get this on my own. And so in growing up, like older, I had to get more like in tune with myself in the sense that it was more like a you keep doing, like I kept doing stuff like trying to prove to, and it was always to my daddy, like I was always trying to like continuously be being better or doing something different or working on something, because it's like, oh, you didn't want me, I'm gonna show you, but it's like that's negative ego, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's not where your worth comes from,
Mhm.
but I had to get that in my mind. But for a long time it was like, oh, I'm gonna show you. No, show what?
Sure, but for
Show
me,
what?
the just everything feminine just seemed so unattractive to me. Like
Mm,
at that time, just like I
mhm.
wanted to be strong, I wanted to be tough. I I, I didn't want to cry. I'm telling you, I just didn't want to be soft and sweet and feelings. I think I even with my friends, like my friends even knew I struggled with like not in I think it no intimacy is the right word within friendship, like just like being deep and vulnerable and like being moved by things. I just would not allow myself to really go there, even in relationships. When I think back to some of the relationships I had chosen, which I haven't had many, I just never really even expressed things, good or bad. I just
Mhm.
showed up, and when it was done, it was done. I didn't do it, and whatever tears I did cry was behind the door. They didn't know. Like, so I
Yeah,
just, I wonder what type of woman I came off, or young lady I was coming off at. It just blows my mind.
yeah. you know um I struggle with, I think one of y'all, I think you might have mentioned this, Tisha. I struggle with now to this day asking for help. Like, I am, baby, I will be, y'all, I will be down to my last penny.
Can we break a
And that
What
was
bone?
can I do
broke.
on my end? What I got to
Hello?
say on this? No.
Anything,
Yo,
please.
asking for help. And then it could be something small, like, oh, I need help with this, or I don't understand this. Baby, that's a struggle. It's a daily struggle for me, because it's like, I don't, and I can talk about this now. I mean, it's funny now because I'm actively working on it, but before it wasn't funny. But it's funny now because I'm working on these things. But y'all, when I tell you, I would not ask who for what. I ain't gonna ask nobody for prayer. Don't pray for me, cause I got this. Baby, you talking about
Mm.
hyper independent.
Mm.
Neo made that sound independent woman for me. But it's like now I'm in a space of where it's okay to not be okay, or it's okay to need help. It's okay to say I'm not okay in this moment, or I need help in this moment, or I'm not understanding something in this moment. Like it's okay. Like it makes me human. What don't make me human is trying to act like I got everything together. I'm so good. You can't teach me, and you can't tell me nothing. No, that's toxic. And nobody wanna be around nobody like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So yeah.
hard not being perfect. It's
Yeah,
hard.
right? Demetria asked us, how did you ladies fill the void of not having a present father? Ooh, I don't know how y'all feel y'all void.
I took it out on my mama. That's how I mean, I was an angry kid towards my mom. I thought everything was her fault, her. Like I
Mm,
had a stepdad, well, one passed, and then so they were for the most part pretty decent men. Yeah, I just remember like taking it out on my mom. That's how I kind of coped. Just kind of place the blame somewhere else. It can't be coming from him. Surely he doesn't not want to not be here or didn't do things that would keep him here, you know?
yeah, yeah. What about you, Chelsea? How did you feel your void?
Ooh, child. I would say coming up, I will admit this to the day I die. I had a horrible attitude.
Yeah.
Like, so
Hey.
I was always defensive. Like, my attitude was horrible. And I feel like it was because I was so guarded,
Mm,
angry. And of course, I didn't know how to release that. Like, I grew up, like, not holding stuff in, but you strong.
yeah,
So keep walking, keep
yeah.
moving. Things gonna change. Be strong. Don't speak on it. Cry this one tear, but you need to walk out like this. So it was
Mm,
like I had a lot of anger. I would say recently, probably in the last 2 years, um, I have filled that void with pretty much my relationship with God and therapy. Therapy has really helped me as far as
mm-hmm,
my thought process, how to handle things, and how to implement boundaries, because that's something I never, child, even though I knew the definition, I would ask you what the definition is because I didn't have people. That was something hard for me to do. So I feel like now God in therapy is my way to feel that and actually heal from it. Of course, you're
mm-hmm,
not going to become 100% healed,
mm-hmm,
but you learn how to deal with it, you know?
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's what it is for me.
Honestly, I don't know. Feel of I don't know how I didn't feel my void with guys. I mean, I've had past relationships, but I wouldn't say that it was like a void filler. More or less for me, it was like I'm trying to get I'm trying to like create this feeling that I guess my dad was supposed to give me, but I wasn't like a super like hyper promiscuous. You know how some girls when they don't have their dad, they're like hyper promiscuous. They're like outside, they want to be with up under men all the time. It wasn't that for me. I really don't know what I think more or less like I said earlier, like my trying to be super accomplished and trying to be like, do this, do that, whatever, like prove a point to somebody that doesn't want to really know me as a person. And two, that's not what I was put on this earth to do, is to try to prove my worth to people. That's not my calling. Like either you like me or you don't. And that go for anybody, but specifically with my dad's, like I'm not put on this earth to prove you wrong. That's not my calling. You know what I'm saying? So I really had to work my way out of that, like reverse my thinking in the sense of stop trying to be so stop trying to go to the next thing and try to be successful at everything. Like find something that you're passionate about and go with that, as opposed to trying to keep doing this, keep doing that, and trying to prove a point to somebody that, again, that they don't really value you for real. Um, Miss Lewis said, I grew up without my sperm donor. I've always tried to have that relationship. That thing hurt, y'all. I'm honest. Christina said, my bio mom walks the earth like I don't exist, and that is the worst pain I have ever felt. Telling y'all, that stuff hurt, man. Kids, ooh. Tiziana said, Malcolm said girls need their fathers. We do, Malcolm.
We
We
need
do.
them.
Miss Lewis said, I wanted my dad around, but I got tired of trying. Tiana said, I thought you was mean to it first, just, but I always loved you. She said, my dad does the same thing. Tim said, I was the same way, but once I had a child, I didn't have a choice. Help me. Just get the baby. LOL. I don't need nothing else. Not money, not anything. Just get this baby. Yeah. Don't pray for me because I know how to pray. Don't do it. Demetri said, speak, Chelsea. No, y'all. It's real. So okay, so on another note, what are some positive experiences or positive lessons that y'all have gotten from pretty much this whole lifelong experience that we've had so far?
um, I'd say. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'd say I've learned to, for my peace of mind, to see people as they are. Stop letting people, and I think this is a good thing. To stop letting them reveal themselves to me over and over and over again, and to keep breaking myself down from it. And I'd say maybe to grace, give a little grace. Just not, even if it doesn't end in reconciliation or the relationship I want. Just sometimes, because you'd have to know the relationship to know the relationship, but I recognize that people are struggling and maybe don't know as much as what they're doing that is hurting me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then again, I don't know if that's a good thing that I've learned or not, because I don't know if that's teaching me to make less of what I'm feeling. So I don't know if that's a lesson or not. Quite a good lesson.
What about you, Chef?
Um, I would say probably boundaries, learning to implement,
Mm-hmm.
because that's something I have never done, because of my abandonment with my father. I held on to people and things longer than expected, or gave second chances after second chances, because I didn't want the same thing to happen. So it was, I allowed things to go on for too long, accepted things I shouldn't have. So I do believe the positive, as of right now, I can speak, is learning how to set boundaries with people, parents, friends, whoever. Because if I have to set it with my parents, I should be able to set it with anybody else.
Yeah.
One last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Learn to let, especially when, I don't know if this applies for women because I don't date women, but I have learned a little bit over these past 28 years, is through the relationship I have learned to let men talk. Let them talk. Try to listen as much as you can, and then see what they're action about.
Hello.
Let them show you. Listen and keep count. You got to keep count, because they'll talk your head off. Like mom, I mean dad, boyfriend, whoever. You gotta see if it match up, and most of the time it don't. And that's a good lesson to learn with me, so you can just weed out the bad ones.
See, I think kind of like what you were saying, Chelsea. I definitely learned how to protect myself more. Um, how to guard my heart, because I know that for a long time, I prided myself on being like, oh, this nice, this kind person, whatever. But now, where I'm at now, I don't consider myself a kind person. I'm a nice person. So I'm nice to people that are nice to me, but I'm not just I'm not just overcompensating with people no more. I'm not doing it. So I think that's definitely just protect myself more, because before, when I was younger, you know, I went through things, I was trying to, again, wanted everybody to that I was around like me and tolerate me, and just want to love me or whatever, but I don't have to do that. I don't. So yeah, I think the positive in it was just to protect me more. The again, boundaries, self-advocacy. I'm still working on communication, cuz that's not one of my strong suits, cuz baby,
Hmm.
nerves is this long. But yeah, I mean, I'm just, again, working on just protecting Shalonda and who I am as a woman, my spirit, my energy. And I open up to people that are open and honest and nice to me. But I'm not just leading with it now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a witch, but at the same time, I'm not. I'm just not, baby. It don't give push over. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot tonight from y'all. I guess y'all
Well,
have
good.
pretty much arrived to y'all's conclusion so far as the relationship goes with y'all. So I guess my the verdict's still out for me.
And that's fair. I mean, I just think life experiences takes us on different courses. So I don't think that it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just, for me, I had been through so much with my dad, and
When am I gonna learn?
empty. I mean, it's just like any relationship, anything that you go through in life. And to your point, when you're talking about grace, I can extend grace, but again, you have to be honest and accountable with me. If you're honest with me, and you're able to hold yourself accountable and understand where you messed up, or where you messed up with me, then we can move forward and I can extend you grace. But I'm not Jesus. I'm not just extending, and pray for my strength. But again, I'm not just free. I might be wrong. Again, pray for me. But
Mhm.
I'm not just grace. You got to tell the truth about why you. And again, it's not even about being right or wrong. It's about, you made a choice. Stand on your choice.
Mhm.
What you did to me, or whatever the choice that you made when it came to me, and move forward.
Yeah. And
I
to,
wasn't there for you because X, Y, and Z, or I was mad at whatever. That's
Yeah.
fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
But no explanation, and you think we just about to just proceed like ain't nothing happened. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't want to skate with you.
I'm not skating. Nope. Skate where? Mm-hmm.
Mm.
yeah. I totally agree. And Tisha, don't um take it at your pace. One thing I learned in therapy is she taught me facts versus feelings. Um, to write down the facts that you know to be true and write down your feelings. And not necessarily compare, but you can line up your feelings with the facts that you have. And it's okay if today you don't want to talk to him. Next week, if you feel like you want to talk to him, that's okay. Like, live in the moment of how you feel. So the answer you have today may not be next week, and that is okay. It's okay to live in that moment and feel how you feel. Like, how you feeling right now, it's okay. We
Mm-hmm.
may feel completely different, and how I'm talking now, my heart may change next week.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I can speak for, because
Mm-hmm.
of how I love and how I am.
Yeah.
So just
Thank
be
you for that.
okay with how you feel in those moments and just take it day by day.
I can do that.
See, okay, so let's get back to this. So Tyronica said, in retrospect, if you had to give your mom a message as it relates to your past attitude slash anger, what would it be? I guess you're talking about you, Tisha.
Yeah, just thank her for doing the best she could at, I think she had me, what, 22, 23. So like, I wish I wish I could have seen, like, I wish I would have known her story before I judged her
Mm,
choices, or I wish I would have
yeah.
could have been a fly on the wall to better understand, or to get why she was so fighting for the things that she was. Or, well, I won't even blame her for why I felt the way towards my dad. I would ask her to forgive me, because really she got swindled. She got bamboozled. You know, she thought
Had something.
she thought she had something, and that went down crazy. So Lord, I didn't know how much she had to eat. I
Mm,
didn't know. I didn't know. So I would tell her, I get it now, and I am so sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even like with my mom has, like, again, been very open and honest when it came to that whole situation. When I got old enough to understand.
Mm.
But I mean, what she don't know is, I was even upset with her because I'm like, why he ain't coming to, like, what did you do? And again, and this was my, as a little girl, in my mind, like, why? That's a choice. That's a choice. It wasn't. And again, making those promises, coming talking about you coming to get me. I'm waiting by the door. I'm crying after you. I'm a mess. I remember, y'all, and this is so, oh my God, this is my first time saying this on a public platform, but y'all, when I was a little girl, I used to be a heavy talker. Like, talk like how I talk on this thing. I was talk, real talk. Unsatisfied. I used to get used all the time. Unsatisfactory talking, excessive talking, class distraction, all that. And y'all, I remember as a little girl, I told myself, I said, well, maybe he don't come around you because you talk too much. Like, this is me telling myself as a child, like, maybe you just need to stop talking all the time and stop being a bad child, and your daddy he'll want to come see you. This is me telling myself this.
Mm.
And it's like, again, unlearning those emotions of not feeling worthy enough, not feeling good enough, trying to prove that I'm something to this person, and it's all for nothing. Like, it's all, well, I'm not gonna say it's all for nothing. It doesn't benefit anyone but me to understand me and love myself.
Yeah.
So, y'all, that when I realized that about me, I was just like, girl, you tripping. But no, seriously, I
Stand
did.
up.
Yeah, cause I was like, why? Maybe if I just stop talking all the time, maybe he'll come get me. Maybe he'll come pick me up from school. Maybe we could go to the daddy daughter dance, or we could go to, he'll come pick me up. We'll go to eat or something like that. But it didn't happen. So I just kept back on talking. She said, I just say it's their love, not mine. Miss
And it
Lewis said my
is.
husband helped me because he said my dad was going to keep doing the exact same thing, and my husband was exactly right. My sperm donor just kept hurting me, and it kept breaking me. It will break you.
It'll
Yeah.
break you.
T said I've learned to let God handle it. Yeah, Miss Lewis said that's right. No, it will. That's some, again. That's pain I wouldn't wish on nobody.
Yeah. I
Um.
will say this before we move on, if it's
Yeah.
okay. I do want to apologize to my mother because, again, my attitude was bad.
Mm,
But growing up, I better understand how she was the way she was, or why she had to miss some of my games or sports
mhm.
activities because she's working.
Mhm.
It's her providing for two kids.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, me and my brother didn't want for nothing, regardless if it was the most expensive thing or not. We never
Yeah.
wanted nothing. I never seen my mom cry in front of me till I was probably about to graduate high school. Like, my mom was that strong person that made sure we didn't want for nothing. We were okay, and
Mhm.
we didn't need nobody else.
Mhm.
Regardless of the age she had us, she stepped up.
Yeah.
So I do want to apologize because, me being an adult, I know how bills are. I know how food is. So I understand that you had to work to make sure we ate. Maybe not you, but your kid.
Mhm.
And I'm forever grateful for my mom. We may bump heads because we just alike on some things, but I understand and I am sorry. I
Mm.
Yeah.
mean, even though she would knock me out if it got too bad, but that
Right.
attitude was something serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, you said something with that money thing though, especially when they ain't offering a single dollar,
Right. Come
and
on,
that's your
y'all.
kid. That makes me sick.
Come on,
Y'all, my
y'all.
mama used to hand me when once upon a time I did receive child support. My mom would hand me the checks like, here, this is your money.
Dang.
I can get a child.
Y'all,
That's
I don't even think my mama applied. She probably wouldn't have been able to get nothing, but uh,
imagine, walk with me, y'all. Walk with me,
what?
Cameron.
I'm following you.
Imagine having a dad that would quit jobs.
I know you're not finna say what I think you finna say.
He would quit his
I know
job
you.
so he wouldn't have to pay child support. Chelsea,
Like,
he
what are
would
you gonna
quit.
do?
Anytime child support came and found him, baby out of there. Or he
What?
would work under the table. Like, huh? Stop this. Y'all would quit.
I'm
let them
out of
let
here,
them
man.
caseworkers come find him. Bye. Work where?
Oh wow, that's disturbing.
Work where and do what? Veronica said moms are amazing. Chelsea, why you laughing? I said that.
that thing tickled me because that's my story too, so I understand.
Oh
Baby.
wow.
I'm talking about with quit jobs.
Mm.
Bye. You won't see him no more. Child
She
support
can't have
come.
nothing.
He wasn't coming back on that job. Miss
She
Lewis
can't
got
have
never got a
nothing.
check.
Come on, you gotta know your kids are entitled to something. You don't want
Come on
the
now.
Bible said the Bible ain't you ain't gonna be blessed. Ain't no man gonna be blessed that don't take care of his kids.
You better say that. I don't care who it is, mother or father. If you don't take care of your kids,
What are you doing? Because what
if
are
you
we
don't
talking
take
about?
care of your kids, I don't care. You won't prosper.
Mm-mm.
And that's just in the Bible. I ain't breaking no news. Go
It won't
read.
work.
That's honest.
Mm.
I think I don't know if I'm trying to think if I did, but I didn't use it. Like I think my mama, I think I got to a point. Uh something happened. I don't really remember. And I told mom, I was like, Mom, I don't even want that because it was never about the money for me. It was
Mhm.
always about time. It was always about time. So it was never about a child support check. So when I started getting old enough to work, I went to work. Just because I didn't want to have to use the child support card, which obviously, I mean, I was working, so mama wasn't like trying to like drown me in bills. But I was like, Mom, you keep the child support card. Like I said, something happened. I don't really remember to what extent happened. I don't remember the story anyway, but I just was like, don't worry about it. I don't want it. You keep it.
Yeah. I think my
Um,
dad. He didn't. I think he was in the streets, so he never really had that type of income. But yeah, just to know that she couldn't even get that. Like, come on, man.
get what? $50.
Mm.
Girl, please.
Oh man, come on now.
Hey,
So
Miss Cheryl.
this what these men be hooping and hollering about? The child support payments $50.
$50. Miss Adrian said that's where it is, Miss Adrian. That's in the Bible. I ain't breaking no news. Miss Lewis said my sperm donor has 7 kids and I'm the oldest and he cares the least about me. Ooh, y'all.
That ain't right.
Miss Cheryl said, what's the topic? We talking about absent fathers, Miss Cheryl. My mama said 15. My lord. I thought I done I said 50. It was 15. Fix it, Jesus.
Now that's something to think about when you sip your water. My God.
Miss Adrian said, how about those dads that would do weekends so they didn't have to pay or was in back pay?
Oh,
See now
oh,
this
Oh, I
is we
never heard
getting
about
deep in it
that.
now. We
oh.
getting deep in it. I see my
Mm.
Miss Adrian, I can't relate. I don't know nothing about it, y'all. Tyronica said, "Can you three ladies provide a word of encouragement and wisdom to the teenagers or young women who may have or had similar experiences?"
Uh, that's easy for me.
Go ahead, Tisha.
Um, well, if you're open to it, get in your word. Draw closer to God as much as you can, because honestly, I feel like the more you long for something and you're not getting it, it's not satisfying you like you want it to, you're going to start idolizing it. And that comes with its own toxic thing. So just really get into the word. And I'm not a person who finds comfort in people getting what they deserve, karma or revenge or nothing like that. But they'll have their day if that brings you peace.
What about you, Chelsea?
Um, I would say your relationship with your parent doesn't define who you are. It doesn't define your worth. Um, and doesn't define what you are worthy of. Um, if you are able to notice or pinpoint that it is triggering you or causing you issues, that's the first step. Find something to help you um, heal and deal with those moments so it doesn't trigger to bad habits, whether it's with relationships, to drugs, whatever the case may be, or with people. Because sometimes when we are in those situations and we don't deal with them, we can go the wrong route. So as long as you are aware, try to find the positive where there is um, a good activity, a good hobby, therapy. I will recommend therapy for anybody. And I know some people are not fortunate to do it, but if you can, please do therapy. Um, and just know that I'm just trying to make sure I say it right. Just know that you was placed here for a reason, regardless of
Man,
if they don't want to be a part of your life and they created you. You are here for a reason. So you're dealing with this and you're experiencing this for a reason to help somebody else. Because maybe a year or so ago, I probably wouldn't be sitting here and being able to talk about it. But I know, and hopefully, something I say tonight can help somebody else. So, just just find the positive in trying to go forward with your experience.
those I agree 100% with what both of you said, but I have to be honest. I'm not in either of those spaces. I'm working to get there, but I'm not there. Um, just because I'm honoring that the hurt side of me, but I'm still dealing with the hurt. So I'm not able to fully say give some word of encouragement. The spaces that I'm in right now is just really I'm just dealing with like I'm sitting in it, and by me being able to talk about it on this platform, I think it's making it more real just because it was something that I carried for a long time, personally. But I think I think for me it's just like what I always ask of people is just to be honest. So what I'm working on is being honest with myself. So if I'm upset or if I'm sad about it on a specific day, I mean, because it still hits me. I'm not lying. It still bothers me. Father's Day, just randomly it'll bother me. Like I can't even call my dad like, hey dad, what you doing, whatever. I don't have that relationship. So I just think the most important thing for me is to want to be honest about what I'm feeling on any given day, and then also, again, it's okay to not be okay, but I'm not going to stay there. Right. So sit in that space, sit in those emotions, honor those emotions, whatever, but don't stay there because like Chelsea and like Tisha was saying, you can it can really bring you down. I mean, I've been dealing with this all my life. So it can hurt you. It can really do bad things. But I think I'm just in a space of where um just really facing it, really facing myself as a woman, and just I don't know. I ain't got no words of encouragement. If that's this that's it. I don't. Just be true to what you feel, and that's all I can say.
Yeah.
That's it. So y'all, I got one more thing for y'all. Well, maybe two. I don't know.
Okay.
Um. Let me go through the comments. Miss Ada said he's a father to the fatherless and a mother to the. Now I will say, y'all better get in that word.
Please.
You're gonna have to get in that word. You're gonna have to get in that word. Um. And here's another thing, y'all. Here's something that I do not. I'm not gonna say I don't like, but I don't. Yeah, I don't like. I don't like it. When they say, "What is it? Disrespecting your mother and father will short your days on earth." What is that the verse?
Honor your mother and father, or your
Father.
days
Or your
should be
days.
short, or something like
Sure.
that.
Okay, that's fine. But here's my caveat to that. Now, what about the verse that don't provoke your children to wrath?
Oh, I never heard that one. I like that.
Don't
'Cause
provoke your children to wrath. So my question is, when children that are hurt, and hurt may come out as some kids cussing their parents out. I ain't never done it. I'm just saying. Some kids may cuss their mom or dad out like somebody off the street, or they may cry to them, or they may whatever the scenario is. How come it's always don't disrespect your mother or father, short your days on earth, but it's never you provoked your child to that wrath?
That's when it comes to play with people. They pick and choose the part of the Bible
Okay.
they want to apply to them and not apply to them. So that's when they
Okay.
pick and choose the verses, scriptures.
To manipulate. Got it.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I just wanted
mm,
to ask y'all thoughts on that.
that's
Um,
crazy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just listening to a sermon in Matthew the other day about a Harold, the man who got tempted by this girl because her mom was mad that John the Baptist, if you know who John the Baptist is, he was really close to Jesus, but
Mhm.
basically manipulated her daughter to be all these things because she wanted her way. And then it just ultimately just led me back to the thought of like, I hate to be so explicit, but if it was just about sex, if it was just about a nut, if it was just about that you could have wore a condom, you could have
Wow.
did all these other things. I that and it's just sick because a lot, when kids are bad and stuff, people talk about that. But it's
Every
like when
time.
there's a bad parent, people kind of sweep it under the rug or let it. Nah, let's bring out the big guns. Let's bring them
Let's
out.
get a full picture.
Come on.
I think it's a lot that goes into it because that's how it was for me.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, it's four of us. I was the third one, so I got
Mm.
two older. So if you knew how you were with those two, why didn't you stop there? I'm grateful that you did what you did because I'm here. But if you knew you couldn't take care of your responsibilities with the first two, why did you have two more? You know?
Clock it.
And again, that's been the excuse for so long was I was young, I was young. 33 years, you gonna grow.
Yeah,
If you don't know better by the 33 years when you had me,
you ain't gonna get it.
hey, more power
Mm.
to you.
And then, like, what is there to do? Like, we just have to sit in it, y'all. They're like, people can just keep doing this all their life if they want to. Like,
Yes.
there's nothing we can do.
Yes. And that's my thing. Like again, to y'all point, like, and see me, I'm the oldest, and I'm the only girl.
Oh,
Um, to my knowledge, I have two younger brothers, but I don't know them. They don't really know me. So people ask me, "Do you have siblings?" Everybody know my brother, my oldest
mm,
brother. Everybody know
mm.
Trev, but I got two younger brothers. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I wish I had a relationship with that side of the family, like stronger relationship. because everybody say you look just like your people or whatever, but I don't know them. They don't know me like that. I mean, I know them if I see them, I speak to them, but I don't know them like that. Um, I think when I was younger, you know, used to go over there a lot, with my cousins and like my aunties and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but it's not like what I want it to be.
Right.
So maybe one day we'll get there. Um,
And I will say with my family, even
yeah,
though me and my dad are not like that, I'm grateful for my mama and my grandma because my grandma made sure she showed up,
good.
regardless of what her child did. My
Hello.
grandma showed up for any performance, school, concert, graduation. Like she was there,
Mhm.
so I do know some side of that family. So I'm grateful that it wasn't everyone on that
Yeah.
side. So
You know what, Chelsea? That's funny that you mentioned that because my dad's mom was named Sarah and or Sarah. You know how they say country Sarah.
Sarah.
So when I was a little girl, um, it was this older lady. I'm not gonna mention her name. God bless the dead, but she used to always call me Sarah, and I was like, "Why she calling me that?" But she said, "You look just like your grandma." And so many people have told me that I have her spirit. I look like her. I never met her. I never met her. I pray. I wish I did. I really do, but they always like you have her spirit. You look like her, and I just wish I would have the opportunity to meet her, but just because people talk about her and how she treated people in the community and how she was as a woman. I wish I would have met her, but I know that she is in me, and she's living inside of me, and I got her DNA flowing through my veins, so that's a blessing. But I really wish I could have met her because she seems like she was a wonderful lady, from based off of what people have told me. um Oh, Miss Cheryl said it came out publicly who my real father was. I always knew, but for all my life, I just wanted to be part of his family. Yeah, that stuff hurt. She said the Lord's still working on me, and I'm gonna get there. He working on all of us.
Take your time.
Definitely.
Cause I'm still working every day. I'm working in progress
Every day.
Yeah, same.
every day.
I might be feeling completely different tomorrow about this when I watch it back. So bear with me.
I don't even think I want to watch it back. So
Right.
It's gonna hurt.
Miss Cheryl said I was in my late 30s. She said it still bothers me, even though everyone knows. Christina put the heart on there, and Miss Lewis said thank you for those words, Chelsea. Absolutely. That's real good. Okay to not be okay. It's not. She said it's very hard for me right now. And she said, Miss Miss Cheryl said, honor thy mother and father, and thy days shall be longer. Yeah. Better not. And Tiandra said, hello. Miss Cheryl said women need to be held accountable as well. Okay, that's a different um thing. That's a different episode, Miss Cheryl. Now you said something right there. She said she was a wonderful woman. That's crazy part is it's not even hard to be a parent. Just do the best you can. Nobody got to tell you to pay your bills, but you pay them. Nobody should have to tell you to take care of your child. Like, how could you not want to do right by someone you help create? Being responsible ain't hard. Folks just be having excuses. They do.
Excuses.
Excuses, and it's sad.
Bare minimum, people.
Your worth isn't defined by you. You're strong, capable, deserving. The challenges you have faced and shaped you. Yeah, you have so much more to offer to the world, and there are people who see your beauty and strength. Keep believing in yourself. You've already overcome so much, and the best is yet to come. Cheers to yes. Miss said, thank God for my sisters and dad for accepting me as his own. So, y'all, how do y'all feel about reconnecting with y'all dads or staying distant? What would y'all choose? Like, would y'all choose to reconnect or would y'all stay distant? Either one, y'all could go first.
Um, Besides the relationship, um, outside of the relationship, I mean, I'm still dealing with things now. So if I were to cut ties completely, I'm just be honest. I don't really know what I be. I hate to say it, Lord, because we're trying, but I don't know what I'd be missing out on. I don't know what I'd be taking a loss from. If anything, it might be easier. Like it it would be easier to just bury it and just keep going forward, pushing through every day. And I don't know, it's more complicated when people are involved. But right now, gosh, I'm getting older and I'm watching so many people lose their parents, and it
Mm-hmm.
scares me. Like, gosh, I want to do everything that I can in my powers. That at the end of the day, I've said all and done all I could do, but it's getting to that point to where I have said and done all I can do. So I don't know. I'm in a weird limbo.
What about you, Chelsea?
Um, not being funny. Because everything I'm saying on here, I've said to him face to face, over the phone, and through a text message.
Yes.
So, we have never really been connected.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there will ever be a reconnection. If we do anything, it will be a trying to connect. Um, because I just feel like now, unless God really comes down and start knocking folks out, I think it's just going to be a cycle. If I'm being honest, because I have tried up until a few months ago, and it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing, same thing, same thing. So if something do happen, I'm okay. If something don't, I'm still okay. I
Yeah.
implemented those boundaries where either way it goes, I'm okay.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think the moment has passed for me, cause y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I was going through probably a good my 20s, my 10, yeah, from 20 up until about 28, 29. I still would have liked to have had that, regardless of what I've been shown. Um, and at this point, for me, it's like this is who you are, you know, and I can deal with people in the space that they're in. I just need to know what I'm dealing with. So now I have a large enough sample size to know what I'm dealing with, to where if it was a connection or some type, it'll be like a friendship type of thing. It wouldn't be like a father daughter. It'll be like a friend, like a distant friend. And again, like you said, Chelsea, ain't nothing I wouldn't repeat, privately or publicly. So this is not disrespectful, it's just my truth. So I think, yeah, it'll just be kind of like a friend, maybe probably a distant friend, somebody that I would probably hit up on like holidays or birthdays, or like a just a random conversation, maybe to laugh and kiki with or something like that. But it wouldn't be somebody that I would play close to me, just because I've tried it before and I've refused to give a person that has hurt me, that I've tried to allow close to me, the opportunity to keep hurting me again, and for expect for them to see where they're wrong. No, I'm wrong for continuing to allow it in my space. So I think it would just be like a probably just a distant friend, like a friendship that we might try to um mature to a space, but I don't think it would be anything like a father daughter. Because I mean, no, I mean, I'm a grown one. What we doing? Yeah. So I think it'll just be like a friend, somebody that I could just call, whatever.
I think it's getting a little tricky. Because the more I start, I think I'd like to say I'm a studier of people. I just like to
Yeah.
observe sometimes and just take in and
Hmm.
reassess. I don't know, but it's getting harder and harder for me to have males in my life in general. Didn't already have that many males, but
Hmm.
they're just because of how the family bloodline worked out, we just don't
Yeah.
have that many males. So I don't have that much experience with males. But most of the men that I encounter, I'm arriving at this conclusion that they may not even in a gay way, but that they just don't like women. They I think some of these men don't like women because
Hmm.
you see the way they treat the other women in their life before you, or their moms, or their like. So it's like, what do we do? I don't know.
I I agree with you, Tisha. However, I'm I had to learn to change what I speak about men, just because there are some good men out here. I have to heal myself to attract those men around me, because regardless of this situation that I've had, by my father being choosing to be absent, or yeah, absent from my life, I have had good black men to love me. And
Yeah,
I would,
yeah,
and to your point, yes, two things can be true though. There are men that hate women, but they love having sex with women. We just call it
yes,
what it is. However, there are some men out here that genuinely love, honor, and respect women.
yeah,
And so I am in a space to where I'm attracting more black men that love, honor, and respect me.
yeah. I hope that's what I see on social media. People will shine more light on those men. I don't think they're
Yeah.
getting enough credit.
Yeah. You know what, too? I think we got to limit our time on social media,
Ooh,
because
ooh.
it's not a real place.
It's not.
It's not a
Oh
real place.
gosh.
It's not a real place.
That's
Um,
another topic for your
that's
podcast.
definitely another one. Miss Cheryl said, I would love to have had better relationship with my father. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us. And it didn't come out until about 2 days before he passed. Oof.
Yeah, that was tough.
Tiandra said, don't hold back, sis. Feel how you feel.
Thank you,
Miss
sis.
Miss Lewis said, I mean, it would be nice to reconnect, but I'm used to his pattern. See? Uh-uh. I'm protecting me. I'm not going through that no more. Miss Cheryl said, I agree. You have to set boundaries. You just do. Hey, Miss Denisha. She said, absolutely. Yes, no. So, yeah, this is our last thing, y'all. How has your father's absence influenced your self worth or confidence? Oof. I know it shake mine.
um, hmm. This left me kind of feeling invisible. I guess just like somewhere lost in. I mean, I wasn't invisible. I know I was there and I lived my life. I had fun, friends and stuff, but it just I didn't feel seen. So I just didn't feel. I mean, I knew I was getting grades and I was doing good in school. I was outside of the disrespect towards my mom and a few other people. I was a pretty good kid. People, but like I just didn't have. I didn't see no worth. Like I thought it was gonna come with once everything else had arrived and the relationship was in place and getting dogged out by men too at the same time is just like don't nobody see me. That's what it felt like.
Girl. What about you, Chelsea?
Mm. I will agree. To say it has broken me down to a place I never want anyone to experience. Only to the fact of I question everything about me, to my existence, to um, my self worth, just everything you can imagine. I question myself, only because of, like we stated before, just to feel that your parent, the person that helped bring you into this world, don't want nothing to do with you. Um, and they have the ability to do so because they're still living. They have the activities of their limbs, but mainly they're breathing and in their right mind. So you have the ability to at least communicate, to try to have a relationship. And the fact of you not wanting to do that, that took me to a place that I never want to be at again, because I accepted things, I dealt with things that I don't think I ever would have if he would have been my first love. You was my first heartbreak, not my first love.
Mm-hmm.
So it shifted so much for me. Like when I dealt with my domestic violence, I never called him. I never had the thought to call him because he hasn't been there before. So
Come on.
How do I feel like he's gonna be here now? Like I had to reach out to my brother, like my uncles, and my dad is here. I can't call my dad because another boy is beating on me. You're not gonna come to my rescue. So it has really broke me down, but I am grateful that I took the time to sit in these emotions, process things, and I am better. Still working, but I am better. Um, but that thing took me through the valley. Um, yeah.
Oh, girl. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me gather myself. Miss Cheryl said, feeling not worthy of him loving me out loud, and that became a pattern with the men I choose to date. Same. Miss Lewis said it affected me negatively. I lost my confidence and self esteem and self worth. I'm still to this day at the age of 39 trying to get it back. So here's my thing, y'all. Um, it didn't matter who was around me. Because I grew up in a loving household, I had family around me that loved me, cared about me. Um, but it was never enough for me because I was always dealing with the neglect, the rejection, the questions of why, not being good enough. Um, and like I said, when we started the show, I mean, I still deal with that stuff to this day. Um, so yeah, I think that it affected, like Chelsea was saying, it affected everything in me. It affected how I see myself. You know, um, again, always dealing with, am I good enough? Am I worthy? Dealing with imposter syndrome. Am I even supposed to be in these spaces? Um, but I understand, now, that I am chosen. Um, but I still, again, two things can be true for me. I'm dealing with, just dealing with worth, my self-worth, um, and just reaffirming myself. But yeah, I mean, that stuff, like I said, I feel like this is gonna be something that I deal with. But one thing that it pisses me off, y'all, because I was I'm a person that you could have just left me alone, right? But I can't say that in this instance because I was created for a purpose, but I'm still like, man, like, why? Like, you didn't think about me. Like, did you want to come see me? Did you want to ever come just go to the park with me or just anything? You didn't want to invest in me. But now it's like, um, definitely, like I said, reaffirming myself, trusting about what's printed in the book about me, um, the head not the tail, above and not beneath. You know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and just believing that because it even affected my belief when it came to the Bible. It's like I don't believe this stuff. I don't believe this stuff because my father here don't even want me. So how is a spirit or a being that I've never saw or that I can't even touch, are how is that energy gonna want me if my daddy here that helped make me don't want me? But again, I'm working on rebuilding all these things. So that's why I say give yourself grace. I'm giving myself the grace that I would give outwardly. I'm giving it to me. Um, because at the end of the day, I don't care if I'm 50, 60, or 70, I'm still the child. And this stuff I'm having to deal with my whole entire life. So I am extending myself grace. I'm giving myself the grace, and whoever else can figure out their own stuff. But I'm giving myself grace. So yeah. So that's it. I'm done crying for the night.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I just hate all of this though. I know I'm trying to take it in stride, but I just hate it.
Yeah.
Especially like I got three older siblings, one by my mom and then two by my dad. They're my sister and my brother. And then I had a younger brother. We were the same age, but he passed
Mm.
in 2020. Um, so I guess it's just this podcast is making everything too real for me because he knows the reality. Like he
Mm-hmm.
knows what it's like to lose a child, and because we for a while we didn't even know where Justin was. So when we did reconnect, it was like hope, a lot of hope, and then all that got killed. So
Mm.
if it's not clicking to you, I don't know what else I can say or do. Like if it's not clicking to you when you done lost one, you don't feel or sense the urgency to be there or to. And that's the problem. We think we got time, and
And
we
we don't.
don't. We don't have time to be playing these games.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that I used to struggle with in regards to this whole ordeal is I can see you in relationships. You got married. How can you commit to a woman or want to be with a woman, but you have 4 kids, 3 girls and a boy? So how can you commit to another woman, but you can't commit to your 3 daughters? We didn't even know you were getting married.
Chelsea, you better, girl, hang up on me.
I found out while I was getting my hair done.
Girl,
I
say
lied
it
to y'all
again.
not. That thing broke me. And my sister found out, I think someone else told her. We reached out and had a conversation with him about this. And it was just excuse after excuse. And they tried to place all 4 of his kids in that wedding 2 weeks before. And one thing I love about my siblings, because we like this. We may not talk every day, but if I reach out to one of them, we got each other. But we was like, if one go, we all going. If one's not going, we're not going. And we did
Yeah.
not show up.
Yeah.
Like, how is that possible? But their kids was in the wedding. Please make it make sense.
Make the math math.
So, like, stuff like that I don't understand, because you can commit or be with these other women and be around their kids and you don't have a thought about yours. The ones you put.
Okay, Chelsea. Now I'm gonna just say this because same thing happened for me. Now, granted, me and my dad probably don't talk. I mean, we go years without speaking. So, I mean, at this point, but yeah, married, no invite. I ain't get invited to nothing. I ain't get invited to nothing. One, two, okay, and I'm just gonna say this, and this is no disrespect. I'm just speaking the truth. As women,
How can you?
which kind of which kind of man you think what what kind of man you think you finna get that want to take care of his kids? Let me know. And
Huh?
you know he got kids and he don't take care. We got to stop this now.
You know he got kids. Ain't met him.
You better pray you don't pop up pregnant. Come on now.
Come on. But not only that, if a man don't take care of something he produced, how's he gonna take care of something that he called his wife or his girlfriend or whatever he got going on? It's not gonna happen, beloved, respectfully or disrespectfully, whatever. It's not gonna happen.
But that's a lot of women. They be up for the challenge.
Okay, challenge.
Yep.
Gonna get challenged and get. You can't. A man don't take care of his something
He
that he
had
created, helped create.
had one job.
He don't even take pride in doing that. And you walk down the, okay. Okay. I mean, to each his own, whatever. Tyronica said, "Thank you, ladies, for sharing some of your most sacred and vulnerable feelings. I know this isn't easy for you. Thank you for expressing your feelings. That's major. Thank you for listening, Tyronica." Miss Lewis said, "Say that." Rush say, "That's how I am with my book." No, y'all, we got to do better than this. Chelsea, I'm glad we got the same because whole marriage, I ain't hear no invite, no nothing, a smoke
That's
signal, or
insane, y'all.
nothing, nothing.
Y'all, every emotion came up. Like, Lord forbid if I didn't have my mama to talk sense to me at that moment. That's when I really wanted to fight my dad. Because how
You wanted to
dare?
fight him?
Because I just felt like that was mad disrespectful. You marrying a
Yeah,
whole
yes.
woman and her kids are in the wedding. And it's not like it's in a whole nother city. This 15 minutes away and your kids do not know about it.
Come on, y'all. Y'all, we got to do better with this.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Y'all got. It's Miss Lewis said I would have went off.
Please understand I did in the most
Yeah,
respectful, unrespectful way that I could.
yeah. And see, that's the thing for me. Like, I don't even know where my daddy got married. I don't know. I mean, congratulations, but I don't know where he got married at. I know I ain't getting no invite. I won't there, and I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest, and I'm the only girl. No,
That's insane.
but like, I mean, but it's a testament to the relationship. We're not in that relationship. We're not valued, and that confirmed it for me. If I was never confirmed before, that did it for me. Like if it was never bumped me before, oh, it was bumped me then.
Oh, that sealed the deal.
Oh, that sealed it. Oh,
Yeah.
that was donezo.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, beloved. That's okay. So now when I get married, just know we returning.
Listen, because it took me back to the homecoming because I was on homecoming court too. And my brother walked me down the field. And that's when my brother was coaching. So halftime, my brother went to the locker room to change and come back to walk me down. And my dad is standing on the sideline.
Yeah.
I lie to you not. My daddy was literally, I could see him. And my brother is walking me down the aisle because you can't be a father.
Now, how you feel?
Y'all.
How do you feel?
Y'all, this stuff, like, it's not funny. It's not funny, y'all. Like, it's sad. It's
It will
sad.
play
And then
with
like,
somebody mental.
yes. And this is lifelong stuff. That's what I'm saying. Stop having kids if you don't want to invest that time and energy in them. And that goes for
Ah,
people our age. That goes for women, men, mothers, and fathers, whoever else. Stop doing
ah,
that to people. It's not fair and it's not right. See how we on this thing dealing with this stuff? We're gonna deal with this stuff the rest of our life.
rest. And
Stop
pray to
doing that
God
to
it don't
people.
reach our spill over onto other people from come on,
Yeah.
man. This is lifelong.
And it's easier, it's more ways to not have a baby than it is to have one. If you
Come
ain't want it, you
on.
shouldn't have been in there doing that. You know how to make one.
It ain't that hard not I mean, I don't know. I ain't never
Come on
had to
now.
it ain't that hard not to get
Come on, y'all. Now, I don't like this. And then, to be honest, y'all, our community.
and for any bum dads out there that are listening and you feel like, oh, this is a hard challenge. I mean, I don't know how to keep my sperm to myself. Y'all, they got this little surgery out here for y'all.
Come,
And it's reversible if you want to change later. It's reversible. You don't have to keep doing this.
clock it,
Optional.
You have options. There's
y'all.
options.
I don't know. I'm gonna pray for us tonight, y'all. We gonna need to fast and pray.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to journal before I lay down.
Definitely.
Ooh, y'all. But before I got on here, I said, Lord, this is gonna be heavy.
It was.
This is gonna be heavy. But I definitely want to commend you both, you beautiful ladies, for coming on here, sharing your truth, sharing your stories. Cause it's not easy. It wasn't easy for me, but I had to get it out. Um, I had to get it out. I had to speak on this because is so relevant and it's happening every day. And I just think that it needs to be talked about more. And I also want to ask people to stop telling children to honor your mother and father. I get it, but it don't. What about the mother and the father? Come on, let's go back. Don't provoke your children to wrath. Let's read that one too. So anyway,
I may have to read up on that one. I promise you I am.
yes,
It's
don't
something in
provoke.
the Bible for everything we experience. I promise you. For everything, boy, man, girl,
And is,
there's something in there
and it
for
is,
and
it
situation.
is,
Mm.
it is. So again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Um, let me see what the comments. Miss Ada said, "Thank you, beautiful ladies." Miss Lewis said, "I'm with you 100%." Thank y'all so much. Oh, Miss Cheryl said, "Y'all really opened up some hidden wounds." Well, I think nothing can be faced until we. Until I'm sorry, nothing can be changed until we face it. Like my mom, that's my mama's favorite quote. So we got to face stuff in order for us to change it and heal it, y'all. So we got to work through this stuff. We got to face it. We got to pull the band-aids off, get in that Bible, go to that therapist, talk about it, scream it out, cry it out, whatever you got to do. Um, just don't commit no crimes because I ain't got no bail money.
Please.
Please don't.
I
Please.
ain't got it, baby.
Please.
But I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm thinking about doing a part 2 with just guys or sons and how it impacts them. But just stay tuned for that. But I want to thank y'all for stopping by. Chelsea and Tisha, y'all did amazing. Um, Thank y'all so much again. And I'm wishing you both healing. I'm wishing you both clarity and discernment on your journeys. And I love y'all both.
Thank you so much. I love
Thank
this
you.
podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. And y'all have a good night. I'll see
Yes,
y'all in the
ma'am.
next video. Make sure y'all comment, like, share, subscribe. And I'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Next
Bye
Tuesday.
bye.
Tuesday.